You ever walk up to your own cabin and find 12 strangers barbecuing on your granddad's lake, tossing your kayaks around like toys, dragging lawn chairs across your dock, just acting like they own the whole damn place? Yeah, that happened to me, and you'd better believe I lost it, yelled so loud half the county must have heard. Get off my property right now. I'm not proud of how I sounded, but it was my sanctuary, my last bit of peace after a month that chewed me up and spit me out. And suddenly, I was the bad guy. Next thing I know, this woman in a navy blazer steps up with all the poise of a small-town dictator waving official-looking documents in my face. "How dare you threaten these innocent families?" she snaps. The whole crowd falls silent. Kids mid-cannonball, parents with beers halfway to their lips staring at me like I'd just crashed their church picnic. She calls me Mr. Hartley in that voice you only hear from teachers or cops or people who know they've got the upper hand. Says she's Evelyn Garrison County appointed Lake Community Coordinator. Yeah, right. She flips open her clipboard, flashes, seals, letterheads, all kinds of legal gobbledygook. Claims my grandfather's land is now shared recreational space under some section 247B, and everyone here's got permits and paid their fees. I swear I almost laughed until the ice hit my gut. Because if you've ever been in a spot where everyone around you is calmly presenting paperwork and you're the only one yelling, let me tell you it messes with your head. Was I about to get arrested on my own damn land? I told her, "This can't be right. I have the deed." My granddad owned this place for 40 years. She just tilts her head all patience, explaining that sometimes property classifications change, environmental audits, community access, historical oversights, like it's just another Tuesday. Before I can argue, an older lady, Mrs. Ashford, steps forward, shows me a manila envelope thick with receipts, applications, confirmation letters, even insurance. Other families pull out their own files, printed emails, photos of past reunions, all time-stamped. Not gonna lie, for a second there, I wondered if maybe I'd lost my mind or just missed a whole chunk of reality. Meanwhile, Evelyn's already on the phone. "I'm reporting harassment of permitted recreational users," she says, glancing at my security camera with a little smirk. Suddenly, I'm the dangerous one, the criminal. She tells the sheriff, and the next thing you know, I'm standing there feeling more like an invader than the owner. And here's where the fun begins. Officer Dale Rochester shows up, dust cloud behind his squad car. And the second he sees Evelyn, he's all, "Hey, Evelyn," like they're old pals. My stomach drops. She rattles off her official story. Mr. Hartley seems unaware of recent lake access changes. The officer nods, flips through a battered notebook, and asks to see everyone's documents. Evelyn hands over what looked like real permits, with county seals, insurance papers, signatures that would fool just about anybody. And then she starts dropping her resume. I helped draft the original lakefront guidelines back in 2004. Shows photos with county officials, ribbon cuttings, all of it. My neighbors start trickling over, and before I know it, I'm surrounded by a choir of testimonials, how Evelyn's helped with septic permits, organized cleanups, gotten waste stations installed. She's basically Lake Jesus. Meanwhile, I'm standing there in dirty jeans, smelling like gas station coffee, realizing I know nothing about local politics. And I haven't talked to half these people in years. Evelyn explains the reclassification survey errors, environmental mandates, corrective measures like a pro. My deed apparently doesn't mean squat if Grandpa missed a supplementary lakefront access declaration after the Clean Water Act. When I say that can't be, Evelyn just gives me that look like she's sorry for me, like I'm a confused child. Mrs. Fairchild mentioned she saw my car wasn't there last weekend, so Evelyn could coordinate the site inspection. Now my next prickling, how long's she been watching my place? Officer Rochester finishes up, tells me to check with county offices on Monday. Everyone here seems to have their paperwork in order. The families go right back to having fun. I stand there watching them, feeling powerless. All the support, the official backing, the mountain of documentation. Suddenly, I'm questioning everything I thought I knew. But that night I can't sleep. Humiliation burning in my chest, but something else too. Paranoia. I start searching every county website I can find. Most of the links are broken. Everything's written in bureaucratic code. But the deeper I dig, the more I find references to real audit processes, reclassifications, actual policies. By 3 a.m., my confidence is shot. Maybe Grandpa did miss a filing. Maybe I'm just another guy who inherited a problem he never understood. Sunday morning, Officer Rochester swings by again, says these regulatory things take time to process. I show him my laptop. I can't find any record of Section 247B. He says county websites are outdated, but Evelyn's usually thorough. He lists other properties: Morrison Place, Henderson Cabin, Peterson's Old Victorian, same issues, survey errors, compliance gaps. It's a pattern. It's not just me. And just as I'm trying to wrap my head around it, a second patrol car shows up. Sergeant Williams, higher rank, and she's all business. Mr. Hartley, I've received a formal complaint about your behavior. Suddenly, my yelling is aggressive harassment, my confusion is anti-government attitude, and Evelyn's worried about my mental state. They're not just coming for my property, they're coming for my sanity. The threat is clear: one more complaint, and I'm looking at criminal charges. And then Officer Rochester, right before he leaves, says, Ms. Garrison noticed your security cameras during the site assessment. She wants the footage preserved for evidence. Site assessment. I was out of state. How did she know my skin crawls? But you know what? That night after, everything I get angry, not the blind yell at strangers kind, cold, focused anger. Monday morning I call the county, ask about Section 247B. The dispatcher's confused. There's no ordinance with that number. Those were retired in 2015. Relief slams through me. I call planning and zoning, nothing about audits, no reclassifications, no Evelyn Garrison on record. Turns out she was just a volunteer on the commission years ago. Her appointment is a complete fabrication. I call the real estate board. Her license was revoked 2 years ago for fraud. Now I'm digging into my own cameras. The main hard drive supposedly corrupted, nope, disconnected and hidden. But I'd set up automatic cloud backups. Paranoia pays off sometimes. And what I find chills me to the bone. Evelyn, with her sidekick Preston Blackburn, is out there walking my property, measuring, photographing, breaking into my shed, checking security wiring. She's not surprised by my reaction. She's orchestrated the whole thing. I catch a conversation between her and Preston. She's telling him, make sure the families understand they're paying for exclusive access. If anyone asks, the permits are legit. By the time the owner figures it out, we'll have him arrested for harassment. That's her whole scam: paint me as the crazy, unstable owner, use fake documents, get families to pay, and strong-arm the cops with fake authority. Desperate, I call my cousin Stephanie, a paralegal. She confirms it: same scam, same fake seals, same playbook, different county. Evelyn's not even her real name, probably. Stephanie tells me, document everything, record every interaction. If she wants a meeting, that's your chance. Professional criminals get sloppy. So I spend hours prepping reset cameras, install new mics, lay out questions. Next afternoon, Evelyn arrives, folder bulging, ready to review compliance. This time, Detective Cross from the state police is waiting down the road. I let Evelyn talk. She spins stories about remediation fees, tries to get $1,500, then pushes for $3,000 to settle it quietly. She threatens property liens, criminal charges, even prison. Then her phone rings. She reassures the caller, Preston, her supervisor, that I haven't checked with real county offices and that Officer Rochester won't be a problem because he's getting his monthly consultation fee. That's it. I arrange to pay tomorrow. And when she comes back with Preston, the room is wired for sound. Detective Cross is ready, and I hand her an envelope. Inside is a business card and a single line. You're both under arrest for federal fraud. The look on Evelyn's face when the detective walks in, priceless. Preston tries to run, but it's over. Cross reads the charges: fraud, extortion, conspiracy, identity theft, the security footage, the recordings. Her own words, they've got her nailed to the wall. The fallout is a thing of beauty. Preston flips, instantly spills everything. Fake documents, payouts to Rochester, the whole network. Turns out they've hit 47 families, hundreds of thousands in property and cash. Even Officer Rochester goes down. Turns out his official support came with a price tag, and the judge tears into him for betraying his badge. 6 months later, I stand in federal court. Evelyn gets 8 years. Preston gets 3. Rochester gets 4 and loses everything. The county puts in new checks, verification hotlines, official IDs, new document standards. The families who paid get refunds and apologies. And for the first time in months, I sit on my granddad's dock, coffee in hand, just listening to the water lap at the shore, feeling like I did something that mattered. You know, it's funny. After all that, the lesson I took away isn't just about paperwork or property rights. It's that the real crooks don't always wear masks. They come dressed as helpers, neighbors, even officials. And if you don't stand up, document everything, and push back with the truth, they'll walk right over you and call it community service. So tell me this, where's the line between justice and revenge when the system itself gets used against you? Have you ever been gaslit by someone with fake authority? Drop your story in the comments. Let's see who's really watching out for who. And hey, if you've made it this far, smash that like button, share your thoughts on where justice ends and payback begins, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild stories, because out here, the lake isn't the only thing that runs deep.